I'm rolling a thief warrior mage with a little bit of Viking warrior berserker, and I want to have a little bit of superpower, so I want a cape. And can I get all that? Coming up today on Geek Domo, we check out multiclassing. Well, hello and welcome to Geek Domo from N4G TV. Today's episode is on multiclassing. What does it mean? What's it all about? Tell me. Well, I will do that right now. Let's get to the show. Okay, multiclassing began with Dungeons & Dragons. Back in the early days of pre-MMO, when you played a game with a bunch of your friends and sat around and rolled funny-sided dice and had a good time, ate some pizza, stayed up all night, fantasized about women, whatever. Am I digressing? Yes. Anyway, when you did all that, back then, you actually could multi-class. You started out the game as a fighter and you got bored of that and you said, oh, you know what? I should be a thief. So you became a fighter thief. MMOs are starting to go that direction because they realize that players kind of get bored after a while with a particular class that they're playing, or they realize that the character does not fit into scenario X as well as it fit into scenario Y. So people want options. And that's what they're doing in EverQuest Next. They're going to allow you to play many different character classes. How they described it is like this. You're going to start off the game and be allowed to pick one of the early predefined character classes, such as warrior, thief, wizard, whatever. They haven't listed the exact ones yet. You can, by all means, stay with that character class from the beginning to the end and play that character class completely by itself without having to ever multiclass. That is their goal. At least that's what they've said. But as you play the game and you meet NPCs, you will unlock new character classes. Either through simple interactions like, hey, I'd like to buy that character class. Sure, here it is for a silver. Or more complex ones where you run out and do a quest, and during the quest you then unlock a new character class, whatever. They have not given the fine details of this yet. At launch, they have said there will be over 40 character classes that you will be able to unlock and discover. Does that mean that I have to re-roll my characters somehow, or do I have to start everything over from scratch? No. What will happen is each character class that you level up, now they said they are not going to have defined levels, but they're going to have what's called character class tiers. In these tiers, you're going to level up independently of one another. So if you play for a while and you're playing as a thief, and then you switch to warrior, the experience you gain while playing as a thief will be able to be spent on warrior if you want, or you could spend it on wizard or whatever. Each character class is going to have a few different weapons. The abilities change when you switch weapons, which is very similar to a few other games and one that I just showed yesterday, which is Guild Wars 2. So when you're holding a dagger, you have pokey pokey and backstab, say. Okay, those two abilities that you have for that particular weapon. Then you switch it up to a sword, and now you have some kind of slash, rapier dodge, or something. So then you switch it over to a rapier, and now you have sort of a slash, maybe some kind of fencing maneuver. So you will be able to play a particular class, and you'll be able to then tweak it. How you're going to be able to tweak that class is, say the warrior has this really amazing ability, and you would like to use it, but now you're playing your thief. You're going to be able to take the ability from the warrior and put it on your bar as if you were now a thief warrior. And say a wizard has a teleport spell and you leveled up wizard. Now you can take the teleport spell from the wizard and put that on your bar. Sounds pretty cool, right? It means it's pretty much infinitely customizable. On top of that, your weapons will be able to be customized too. You'll be able to take a hilt from one weapon that you have that always shoots fireballs and put it on your dagger, and that dagger might now shoot fireballs. All the things I'm saying here are really just hypothetical, but you get the point. Crafters will also be able to create custom weapons from recipes they find and piecemeal parts together. So the combination of character customization by either taking pieces from different classes and also taking weapons and customizing them means that your character is going to be really customizable, more than most other games have been recently. Although you would think that it's going to be your specific character and it's going to be made up by you and it's going to be great, it's probably true. But you know there's going to be sites like Noxic out there that are going to say you must play Warrior Tier 3 Ability 2 plus Wizard Tier 5 Ability 3 and Rogue Tier 7 Ability 4 to be the most effective warrior in the game. And if people see you playing without that particular build, you know what's coming. They're gonna rage on you. Personally, I'm gonna have fun playing the game the way I want to play it, but of course, if you want to get into some raids and things like that, they might require you to Noxic thing. We'll see when we get there. All this is just up in the air, no hardcore defined, this is definitely gonna happen this way or that way. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about our next show. Next show is going to be a mailbag show. So I'm gonna give you my email address, it'll be in the description, and I want you to send me an email talking about anything in EverQuest Next. Anything at all. And we're going to open up the mailbag and I'm going to read out the responses and see what people think, make comments on the responses that we got. That's about it for my discussion on multiclassing. Why don't you leave comments below on what you think? I would totally love to hear it. I did read all of the comments so far with our contest yesterday. I've read them all. I just can't reply to them because if I do, it puts them above the other comments and then people vote for them more than the other ones. So I'm not going to comment on any of them, but I am looking at them all. And thank you for some of the great comments. There are some really great ones in there. So thanks a lot, everybody. Please leave your comments below. Subscribe, like it, all that fun stuff. And I will see you soon. This has been Geek Domo. Until next time, see ya.